I don't want to rescind on what I said about figuring things out before you get married or before you've had children. But I do agree in the fact that sometimes you don't really know what your philosophy is going to be. You think you know. Like certain parents start out saying, well, I got spanked and it didn't do me any harm. Right. And then when it comes to their children, they're like, no, that's not the route that I want to take. So
that's a good point. Having those conversations that could maybe alleviate some further complications. Is that what you're saying, Stella?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
good. But I definitely think it's a conversation if it's something that you feel you're in turmoil over, because it is discipline. We've talked about discipline versus punishment, but it is a big topic in your life and in your child's life. I think sometimes it's our approach with the other person that we think we know better. I know that definitely I have that going on with my husband. I mean,
geez, you are nice, Stella.
But in fairness, and I put my hand up now, and I put my hand up a lot to people that I've dealt with in the past, I was not a parent. I was in essence a surrogate parent, but I was not a full-time 24/7 parent, and with that comes more challenges than being a nanny who gets to go home at the end of the day, who gets to give the kids back. So I do put my hand up. But it's really your approach to that person. All joking apart, you get more flies with honey than with vinegar, that I've definitely learned along the way. And it can also be a case of finding a compromise and saying, how about we try it this way? Not about you need to do this, but how about we approach Zaki in this way, or how about we do it that way and see how we go. So it's showing that you're open to the trial and error as well. You're not putting your husband on the mat that he's the one who's doing it badly. I think that would help.
Well, you know what I really, really, really appreciate so much, and I love how you guys, I feel so blessed, but it's true. Like my husband really wants to be involved in the raising of our kids, and I think in our generation, I'm finding that a lot, where the both sides are definitely very integrated and want to be part of that process, which is great, because then you don't feel alone. Right. But at the same time, I'm also kind of looking back with my aunt and my mom, and how they always used to complain how like their partner were a little aloof, like you take care of the household.
That's your department.
Yeah, that's your department. I'll just take care of bringing in the money. And I'm maybe there are some families that are still experiencing that, where they feel, can you please engage? Like, I love that movie, The Incredibles, when the kids were going crazy and then the wife was just screaming, engage to her husband, because things were just getting out of control and she could really use his help. So, and from that other extreme, is there anything, Stella, that you could probably share about that?
I think in all honesty, it comes to the fact that some men feel damned if they do and damned if they don't.
That's true.
So I think
I never would.
I think the key here is clear lines of communication.
Yes.
How to bring that up though? That's the thing.
Something that helped me tremendously is that iMessage I shared in previous episodes ago, which was, I feel blank when blank because blank. And I use that a lot in determining, now we're like expert discipliners at the house.
That's such a good tool.
But kind of like just debriefing after a scenario and saying, I feel like you're not paying attention enough to the fact that Marcelo eats with his mouth open at the table. That's a perfect example. My little one is a total ham, and my husband eats it all up. So, if he was opening his mouth at the table and I'm reprimanding him while my husband's laughing, that undermines me. And more than that, it annoys me, because it is funny and I have to hold it back, so you need to hold it back too. So something as simple as that, I'll go back into the room after we put our kids to bed and I say, I feel really undermined when you laugh while I'm trying to discipline him, because it's sending him mixed messages and I'm concerned about that. What do you think that we can do together to make it better next time? So all of a sudden I've
making him solve the problem.
He's solving the problem without even realizing that that's what I've done, and I've basically chewed him, and I've chewed him out, and I've chewed him out in my own little awkward, woman way. But I've gotten my point across, and now we're able to solve the problem together. And something that really annoyed me and really frustrated me, because I felt like the bad guy, like Stella was saying earlier, I turned that into an opportunity to have a discussion. And he immediately would say, I'm so sorry, it's just the kid is so funny. And I'm like, I'm with you, but you got to help me out here because I want to laugh too. So I think the iMessage in this case can be really, really beneficial.